What is up, guys? It's your boy Nick Torius. Video. And today I'm gonna be talking about beware of the girls that you attract. Right? Beware, because all these girls are good girls. So comment below, subscribe if you're new, like the video. Let's get into it. Woo! Alright, so the girls you attract, right? Sometimes the girls that you attract them for a reason, right? They're attracted to you for a reason, right? A lot of dudes, when they have problems and issues with girls and like women, like they have women problems, a lot of times it's because they have like mom or dad issues, right? Or like shit, they have a lot of trauma going with them, right? Because I know for me, I had a lot of trauma. Like I got a bunch of tattoos, you feel me? Like I got a vampire, because everyone be vampiring it. It's Marceline from Adventure Time. But sorry, I just thought of something funny. But yeah, you gotta be aware of the girls that you attract, because what happens is you attract these girls and yeah, they might be hot, but a lot of times they got sociological issues, right? Psychological issues. So I know for me, because the thing is, there's something called the Oedipus complex, right? Which is basically where you attract girls, like you're attracted to girls who are like your mother, right? Basically, like you go from one mom to the next mom, right? Like you want someone to basically care for you, nurture you, just do all the things that your mom did for you, right? Like if you're abandoned by your mom, then you want someone to abandon you, low key. And if your mom was always there for you and always attentive for you and always like, oh, I love you so much, son, then that's what you want too. Like you want that smothering, right? You want someone to smother you. And you might not, like if you have a bad relationship with your mom, then you're gonna try, then it's gonna suck. Because honestly, that's where I am right now. Because the thing is, I don't have a good relationship with my mom, but then I noticed that a lot of times the girls that I attract and the ones that that really hurt me are the ones that I feel like are like my mom a little bit, right? And it kind of is weird. It is weird and it sucks. And I feel like girls do the same thing, but with their dads, right? Like girls are attracted to dudes like their dads. Like a lot of times girls will be like, oh, I don't want to do like my dad. Like my dad sucks, so I don't want to do like my dad. I want the opposite. But guess what? They end up beginning with someone who's like the opposite, but then he sucks. But then she's attracted to the dude that's like her dad, who's like probably like the bad boy or whatever, the one that's gonna control her life. Because dads are supposed to control girls' lives. So if she's used to being controlled by her dad, then she's gonna want a dude that's gonna control her. But if her dad was never in her life really, then she's gonna want someone who's gonna just basically let her do whatever she wants, right? It's the same thing for dudes, right? And the thing is, I'm in the tattooing industry, right? Like I tattoo people. So basically the girls that I attract, like you know, like, and it's like a lot of times when I tattoo a girl, a lot of times they'll have like a little crush on me or whatever, right? Like it's happened. So, and I realized that a lot of times in like those girls in that type of space, like I already know the type of girls I attract. I attract more like those spiritual girls, those witchy girls, those girls into like smoking weed, the girls that are like basically empty inside, right? Because I always felt like I had an emptiness, and too empty, like hurt people attract hurt people, right? Like people, like sick, like a healthy person isn't gonna want to be with an unhealthy person. Like it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work, right? Like a lot of times I'll go on a date with a girl and then we're walking and then I notice that she's just like all the way in the back behind there and I'm all the way over here, and I'm just like, nah, it's not gonna work. Like you can tell a lot about a girl by just walking with her and seeing how far like how much more energy you have than her, because then those are vampires, right? Those are demons. There's a lot of girls have demons and vampires in them and shit, and you know, they're just draining their energy and they need more energy, so they just go to dudes. Because the thing is, a dude with a lot of energy is just gonna make like, because when you have, like, when I used to work in the kitchen, right? I used to work at Bole, and I used to wash dishes, right? And at Bole, it was a very positive environment, right? Like all the colors were real bright. They were like pink and teal. And it's funny because in the back in the kitchen, like, it's so funny because all the black people had to wear gray shirts, right? And all the white people had to wear like bright light shirts, and they're all positive and like, hey man, what's up, dude? Ah! It's like they all had so much energy, and I was just in the back just washing dishes, and I was just like like hating everyone, because I was trying to listen to my music. I was listening to podcasts and shit, and dudes would like come talk to me and shit, and they were all like young kids, and I was like the oldest one there. I wasn't the oldest one, but I was feeling like I was old, right? And I'm like, damn, I'm with all these young kids. It was so funny, right? And that's what I learned about energy and shit. And the thing is like I would be so negative, right? I would just be so negative there, and I would hate their positivity. Like their positivity would just be like, like irking me. And like every time they were like, ha, I would just like hate on them. But then I always liked vibing with like negative people, right? Like for some reason, the people that always complained the most and was negative and just like whatever, I would always hang out with them. I don't know. But yeah. Basically, all right, so the point of the video is when you're not gonna attract a healthy person if you're unhealthy, right? And that's mentally. If you're mentally unhealthy, you're gonna attract more mentally unhealthy people, basically, right? So the best way to get more, because the thing is we're always attracted to the healthiest people, right? Like, because a fine ass girl, why is a girl fine, right? Because I'd be like scrolling on Instagram, and yeah, there's girls that have like those butt lifts, those fake titties, those all the makeup and all that shit, and like a perfect figure and whatever because of surgery. Like, yeah, those girls are hot, but the ones that are beautiful, like the beautiful women, those girls are just healthy, right? Like you can always tell the difference between like a hot Instagram girl and a beautiful woman, right? Because there's beautiful women on Instagram, because I just be looking at their bodies like, god damn, bro. Like she's got enough riboflavin, right? She got enough nutrients in her body. She got enough vitamin D, vitamins. She got all the micronutrients that she needs. So that's what we're really attracted to. We're not attracted to all the outside fucking, because that's what those girls are trying to do. Like the healthy girls, they have the butt, they have the slenderness, they have the features that all these girls are putting Botox and facelifts and all this shit. They're trying to achieve what these girls have. These girls are just beautiful because they're healthy, right? They're healthy in the mind, they're healthy in their bodies. The beautiful ones, right? The ones that have all the surgery and all that shit. I was just tattooing a girl. Like, I don't want to put all her business out there. Like this is no disrespect to her, because she was cool, but it's just like I understand. Like, I just get it, right? I just understand, because she was explaining how she had gone through a lot of trauma, right? Like she went through a lot of things. Like she was real good looking, right? She was a good looking woman. But she was like, oh, I went through all this trauma. I went through all this stuff. Like I've been through a lot in my life, and she had a whole bunch of tattoos. Like her whole back was done. She had a whole bunch of tattoos and whatever, and I was tattooing her neck and whatever. And she has fake titties. I don't know, like she told me she had a whole bunch of surgeries, right? And the thing is, I could tell she still didn't feel like she was enough, like she had enough, right? She wasn't feeling like she was good enough, right? Because she went through a lot, so she's still modifying her body. So yeah, she was bad as fuck. But when the girl was like, she's trying to obtain what these girls have. But what these girls have is that they're beautiful in the mind. They're beautiful in their bodies. They take care of their bodies, right? They take care to make sure that their body is A1 in shape, and their minds. Because the more things, if you have a beautiful mind, you have a beautiful body. If you're constantly negative, it shows up in your face. If you're constantly like, oh, life sucks, I hate life. Like, because for me, I always considered myself ugly growing up, but it's because I was always like hating life. I was always just like, like I was always like annoyed. I was always annoyed at people. Like if anyone tried to talk to me, I would be annoyed of them. I would just be like, and I feel like it's from my family, right? Because this is how I grew up. And it showed up on my face. Like you could just tell, like and nobody really wanted to be around me. Like I was always the weird kid, and I feel like I was weird because all my life I was just like talked down on. I was just talked down to and shit. And I feel like it's because I let people walk over me, right? So now it's crazy because like I changed all that, right? Like I changed how I think. I don't think that negative shit no more. I don't let people bring me down anymore like that, like how they did. And I feel like it's showing up on my face because the thing is, I'm attracting way more beautiful women, right? I'm taking care of myself. I'm eating healthier. I'm working out. I'm getting money. You feel me? Like, so now I'm attracting more better women. I'm attracting better options. But that's what I was talking about in this video. But yeah, you got to be aware of the girls that you attract, right? Because they can bring bad energy into your life. So if you're already having problems with women, it's gonna show up in your aura, it's gonna show up in your face and in your personality, right? People are gonna be able to tell. So if you're attracting these girls that have all these demons, right? These demonic girls, like they don't necessarily worship the devil, but they're an empty vessel. When a girl feels empty, it's like that just allows her to be overtaken by demons. And that's what happens. Like, you know, a lot of times when you get tattooed, tattoos are just a visibility, not all tattoos, but it just shows that like those heavily tattooed, like girls that are full of tattoos, it just shows that, okay, this is a person that's filled with demons, right? Because they felt empty, so they filled their body, like their body is like empty, so they filled it up with tattoos, which are the demons, right? And it's like the same shit happened to me, because look at this, look at my arm. This from Fullmetal Alchemist, but it's a demon basically. You see, it's like arms and shit. That's what I got. I had demons, but pretty much I don't know if I still have them, but I'm slowly getting rid of them. And a lot of times girls can bring that bad energy, right? Like sometimes, because I remember when I was with my ex, I didn't realize this, but I noticed that she, like anything that she would say, like if she said that she had a bad day, then my day would reflect that too, like something bad, like my car broke down, right? And I noticed that a lot of times she, you know, like a lot of weird stuff happened with her. I don't know, she was kind of weird. That's kind of weird, right? But a lot of times, like, because girls can bring curses into your life, girls can do different things, like all that brujeria shit and all that weird stuff. So you don't want that, right? You don't want to be fucking with girls that can cast spells and like even if you don't believe in that shit, like try not to deal with that. Like deal with normal girls, right? Like deal with girls, like not saying that you should just ignore those girls, but just understand that if you're attracting a lot of girls that are into that shit, like me, just understand what you're getting yourself into, right? Because I remember my boy told me that, because there was this one girl that she had a whole bunch of face tats, right? And my boy was, and I was hanging out with her for a little bit, and I told my boy, and he's like, oh, be careful what you're getting into, because those girls, they're you know, they're on some shit. Like she probably got a bunch of demons and shit, so you don't want to bring that into your life. And I feel like that's why you got to journal, because when you journal, then you just like pay attention to the things that are happening in your life, you feel me? Yeah, that being said, I might end the video here. Comment below what you think about it. Subscribe if you're new. Beware of the girls the energies that you bring into your life, because it's just like with vampires, right? Like they say this thing about vampires. When you bring vampires, can only enter your house if you let them in, so don't let them in. So just focus on yourself, work on your shit, get your shit together. With that being said, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Torius @6 for interviews, and send me a DM if you want to ask me a question. I'll answer it in another video. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.